How to systemize your business using Google Docs. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to systemize your business using Google Docs. You've worked hard to create a profitable online business. You have a great team of employees who know what's expected of them and perform at a high level of standard. When you're available, your business runs like a well-oiled machine. But when you're away, it's a different story. You can't blame your employees. Your problem is you don't have systems in place that outline what to do and when and how to do it. Putting systems in place to help your business run when you aren't available is as easy as starting a new Google Doc. Here's a step-by-step guide for using Google Docs to systemize your business. Step 1. Your most reoccurring tasks. Before you begin creating systems for your online business, you need to identify all your daily and weekly tasks and obligations. To do this, open a new Google Doc and list every activity you're responsible for. Then, next to each activity, write down how long it takes for you to complete each task. Next, organize the list by how long it takes to complete. Finally, go through each point and determine if it is something that you can delegate. Step 2. Decide on a directory structure. Before you start documenting your processes, you ideally want to create a well-organized hierarchy of folders in the Google Drive. This allows your employees to quickly know where to look if they need to know how to perform a task. A good rule of thumb to follow is to organize folders by departments. Getting this correct will allow you to build a solid foundation and never have to worry about disorganization. Step 3. Document your processes. Now you're ready to begin documenting your processes. Unfortunately, this is the most time-consuming part of the process, but well worth it when you have to onboard new employees in the future. To accomplish this, you will need to create a new Google Doc for each of the processes. Be sure to give as much detail as possible, listing each step that is required to complete the task. To make the process easy to follow, make sure to include screenshots and annotations to highlight critical areas of importance. Step 4. Ask an employee to perform the task. Now you will take the time to test the effectiveness of your documentation. If you're going to delegate the task, ask the person who will be performing the job to complete the work using the documentation you've created. If questions arise, it means that the system wasn't thorough enough and needs further explanation. If this happens, you will need to go back to make the necessary improvements of the documentation. Once the changes have been made, go back to the person and ask them to perform the task again. Step 5. Continue to improve. Your documented processes will never be right the first time, which is okay. Once you have an excellent working draft in place, all you have to do is continue to make improvements along the way. Your employees will begin to find ways to improve the process, making each draft better than the one before. Systemization is an essential part of a business. Having documented processes in place will ensure that your business will continue to run smoothly even if you aren't there. How systemization can help you grow your online business. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how systemization can help you grow your online business. When you run your own online business, there is never a shortage of things to do. For every task you complete, there are 4 more to add to your plate. You often find that you don't have the time or energy to focus on the bigger picture. This is where systemization can help. Visualize your future. When you begin to think about your long game, it is essential to take the moment to visualize where you see your business heading. This can be in the next 6 months, year, or 5 years. You won't be able to begin systemizing your business and moving it forward until you can establish the direction that you're headed. Identify your processes. Your first step is to identify the tasks within your business that are reoccurring. Those tasks that take up precious time from your daily and weekly routine. These tasks are perfect for systemization. Taking the time to think about your daily operations will allow you to recognize the jobs that are repetitive. Here are some of the tasks that are common and perfect for systemizing. Preparing and sending invoices, bookkeeping, customer support, preparing and sending an email newsletter, preparing project proposals. The list will vary from business to business based on the way things are done. Start documenting. Once you've identified some of the business tasks that can be systemized, you will need to start documenting them step by step. These procedures will become the backbone of your company and will serve as an operating manual for new hires. When recording the systems, you need to be as detailed as possible and include every step, sub-step, and explanation. Make your procedures visual. No one wants to read pages upon pages of text documentation. That's why it's incredibly important to break up long blocks of text with visuals, like screenshots and videos. These can add clarity to each step of the process. Delegate tasks. Once you've created the documentation, execute the procedure yourself by following along with the documentation you've created. This will allow you to confirm that you haven't skipped any crucial details or steps. Once you're sure the document is correct, you can start delegating these systemized tasks to your staff. With the library of process documentation that you've created, you've built a successful machine that can run itself, allowing you to focus on the activities that are necessary to continue to grow your business. 5 steps for systemizing your business. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you the 5 steps needed to systemize your business. When it comes to systemizing your business, the first place to start is on the front lines. These are the people who are answering the phones and dealing with the paperwork. They are the ones who know what does and doesn't work in the business's daily operations. Determine who the right people in the company are to help you develop your systems, and sit down with them to outline each process from start to finish. Step 1. Determine the what and why. After you've determined which options need to be systemized, you need to determine why these activities are being performed daily. When you and your employees understand the point behind the tasks, it can help to clarify the value of each job. You also need to discuss what kinds of things they need to perform each function. This includes physical items as well as esoteric stuff like signatures from management or buy-ins from other departments. Step 2. Appoint an owner. When you've determined the what and why of your business operations, you need to appoint an owner to each task. This will be someone who is ultimately responsible for seeing the process through, no matter how many people are involved. You need to grant these people the authority to push the process through, no matter what his day-to-day role is in the company. Step 3. Get everyone to agree. This is a step in the process where you need to get everyone to agree on the new system. End your systemization meetings with a discussion on the new system and determine if there was anyone who has a problem with the new process. Give your employees a chance to talk about their concerns and provide suggestions to improve the process. Step 4. Document, document, document. Once you've agreed to the new recommended process, it's time to make sure that it is clearly documented. It is imperative that you be consistent throughout each process by trying to use the same terminology and structure throughout. When your systems are laid out in the same way, it will be much simpler to adopt all the policies across the board. Step 5. Communicate. The final step for systemizing your business is to communicate the new processes to your staff. After the original documents have been delivered, check in with the stakeholders to see if the new systems are working. Whether you're running an established business or you're just starting, putting systems in place to handle the day-to-day tasks will make your business run smoothly and increase productivity among your staff.